The rivers of Babylon, yeah, we sat down and we cried when we remembered Jerusalem. We were sick, Lord, near to dying.
May we all rise and face the east. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Great and magnificent God, Yehovah of our oath, Melech HaOlam, Borei HaAretz. We give thanks and praises unto thee, O Lord our God and God of our fathers, for our lives, for food, for clothing, for shelter. We thank thee, O Most High God, for this opportunity and for this privilege to say, Todah Yehovah. O Lord our God and God of our fathers, we come before thee, O Yehovah, praying that thou will continue to hear our prayers, that thou will be with, O Yehovah God, thy people Yisrael, wherever we may be scattered throughout the four corners of this earth. O Lord our God and God of our fathers, be with thy people Yisrael, be with the sick in the house of Yisrael, be with the elders in the house of Yisrael, be with, O Yehovah God, all those, O Yehovah, who are incarcerated in the jailhouses, O Most High God. Be with our people that are in the hospital beds, O Lord our God and God of our fathers. We thank thee, O Yehovah God, for the leadership of this place. We ask that thou will continue to be with Prince Yeti Ben Yissaskar. Bless his wife and his family, O Most High God. We ask that thou will be with Chief Kohat and his wife, O Most High God. Bless his children, O Most High God. Continue to be with, O Yehovah God, all the elders in our midst. Be with Ima Emuna. Be with Ima Yefua. Continue to be with even Ima Arab, O Most High God. Be with Ima Sarah, O Most High God. Continue to bless and be with all the elders, O Yehovah God, wherever they might be. We thank thee, O Yehovah God, for this chance and this time, even the Shabbat day, the day that thou said we should cease from work and rest, O Most High God. We thank thee, O Yah, for wisdom, for knowledge, for understanding, to know that thou art God and God alone, and beside thee there is no God, no King, and no Savior. We thank thee, O Most High God, for all of the lives that thou hast spared this week, O Most High God. Thanking thee, O Yah, for our children. Thanking thee, O Yah, for our jobs. Thanking thee, O Yah, for causing us to get to our destination safely and back home safely. Continue to guide, shade, and protect your people, O Most High God, for it is a crazy world out there. We ask, O Most High God, that thou forgive us of our sins, O Most High, that thou will cause our sins to vanish from before thee, drop our sins into the bottomless pit to remain forevermore. We ask that thou will clean us, O Most High God. Purge us, O Yah, so that we may be a clean people, a new people, a redeemed people, O Lord our God and God of our fathers. We come before thee, O God. We ask that thou will continue to watch over your people. Protect us in this world, O Most High God, for there is no God, no King, no Savior. We ask, O God, that thou will continue to help this congregation, even D.C.B, O Most High God. Cause us to find a place of worship, O Yah, that we can call our own. Cause us, O God, to have, O God, a big place, a place that we can house so many people, O Most High, and give honor and praise to your name. For thou art our God and God alone. Beside thee there is no God. We ask that thou will hear our prayers, O Most High God, for our God who is prayers. We ask that thou, O God, be with us all. I ask that thou will send a special blessing even unto my family, O Most High. Continue to bless my family, O Most High God, and be with me, O God. Be with my mothers, O Most High God. Be with my Nashim, O Most High God. Be with my children. I pray, O Most High God, that thou will heal the sick of Israel, and that thou will be with all those who are ailing. Be with all those who have issues in their mind. Be with those, O God, who are having issues with their jobs and just different life issues. We pray, O Most High God, that all these things will come into your hands. For into thy hands we commit our spirits, O Most High God, and we know and understand that all praises are due unto thee. Therefore we honor and extol your great and magnificent name, because thou art worthy. We ask that thou will continue to be with Most High God, even more Mishael. Continue to heal him, O Most High God. I pray that thou will be with all the elders and all the sick, O Most High God. Blessed art thou, Yehovah God, forever and ever. Blessed art thou, Yehovah God, who is the King of the universe, who is the maker of peace and the creator of war, the master of good and the creator of evil. Blessed art thou, Yehovah God, who is the King of the universe forever and ever. And let us all come together and say, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Amen.
Hallelujah. Once again, Shabbat Shalom L'Kol. Zoharayim Tov L'Kol. We thank the Most High God, God of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael, for his mercy, for his compassion, for the love that he has shown us. For all the things that we have, we thank him. We say Torah Yah, we say Hallelujah. And we ask at almost nearing the end of this Shabbat, I pray that the Most High God would find acceptable all the things that we've done here today. And I hope that the things that we've done are in accordance of keeping the Shabbat. And I pray that we haven't violated. And if we have, I pray the Most High God would be merciful and compassionate and forgive us. Because we still ride the trains and we get in our automobiles to get here. And I pray that the Most High God would have mercy on us and forgive us. Drummers, y'all ready? Let us sing of thy wondrous works we'll tell. Let us sing praises to this great God, the great King, who gives us everything. This is a beautiful song. It says, the heavens declare it, the glory is thine. The earth in its beauty shows honor divine. Our God, the creator of everything. To thee we lift up our voices and we sing. So let's sing it. The heavens declare it, the glory is thine. The earth in its beauty shows honor divine. Our Yah, the creator of everything. To thee we lift up our voices and we'll sing of the might of the God of Abraham, Yitzchak's God, the God of Israel. He maketh darkness light, and calm. Of thy wondrous works we'll tell, and when we do forget, we'll cry unto thee. For lo, when thou hearest, thy mercies will see. Thou sendest thine angel to show us the way. To thee we send out our praises when we pray. Sing of the might of the God of Abraham, Yitzchak's God, the God of Israel. He maketh darkness bright, and calm. All thy wondrous works we'll tell. Sing of the might of the God of Abraham, Yisrael's God, the God of Israel. He maketh darkness light, and calm. Of thy wondrous works we'll tell. gonna praise Jehovah. We're 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 gonna praise Jehovah. Praise Jehovah. Okay. We're gonna praise Jehovah. We're gonna praise Jehovah. We're gonna praise Jehovah. We're gonna praise Jehovah. Praise Jehovah. We're gonna praise Jehovah. Jehovah, Jehovah, praise Jehovah. Jehovah Eloheinu, praise Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah Eloheinu, praise Jehovah. Hey! Ayafa Elohim, Ayafa Elohim, Ayafa, Ayafa, Ayafa Elohim, Ayafa Elohim, Ayafa Elohim, Ayafa, Ayafa, Ayafa Elohim. Hallelujah! Jehovah! Hallelujah! Jehovah! Hallelujah! Jehovah! Hallelujah! Ayafa Elohim! Ayafa Elohim! Ayafa! Ayafa! Ayafa Elohim! Ayafa Elohim, Ayafa Elohim, Ayafa, Ayafa, Ayafa Elohim. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Jehovah, Hallelujah, Baruch Yah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
is King of heaven and earth. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahovah. Baruch Hashem,
I think it's better.
Shel Yahovah. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahovah. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahovah. One, the Holy One of Israel, the Holy One of Israel. Blessed be His holy name. Blessed be the Holy One of Israel, the Holy One of Israel. Blessed be His holy name. Ready? Yahovah, I did say that though. Where there is peace, there is love. Where there is peace, there is love. All things come on Yahuwah. All things come.
Thanking the Most High God for peace. Thanking the Most High God for love. What would you do without peace and love? You can be seated. You know, peace makes the world go round. And you got somebody in your life that loves you, it's a wonderful thing. Everyone in this room is loved. Everyone online is loved. You got somebody who loves you.
That's right.
We thank the Most High God for that. We thank the Most High God for His love and for His compassion, His mercy. It's a beautiful thing. It says, B'machum Shalom Yesh Ahava. Where there is peace, there is love. It says, Kol Devarim Min Yahovah. All things come from Yahovah. And then we say,
Nishtachaweh, we will bow down.
Eshtachaweh,
Right.
or Nishtachaweh. I was saying Eshtachaweh and Nishtachaweh.
Right.
La Yehovah. We will prostrate ourselves before Yehovah. Right? We will bow down before Yehovah. What else? B'machum Shalom Yesh Ahava. Yeah.
Kol Devarim.
Kol Devarim, we did that.
Right.
All things come from Yah. What else?
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
Right.
Shel Yahovah.
Right.
That's blessed be the name of Yehovah.
Kadosh La Yehovah.
Kadosh La Yehovah. Holy, holy is Yehovah.
Right.
Say who, right? Hallelujah. That means praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. That's it. That's the whole song, right? Yeah, that's it. Wonderful song that was written many years ago. At this time, I'm going to ask for a volunteer like I always do. And I always get so many volunteers. To read the 79th Psalm, the 121st Psalm, 124th Psalm, and the resounding 148th Psalm. Any volunteers? And for the people online, they can't see, but we got so many hands up. It's amazing. You should pan the camera so they can see all the hands that went up. We got our first volunteer, Sister Rivqua. My sister Rivqua. She's doing so many things. She's working with the sisters.
She's part of Day.
We got a special Shabbat coming. Shabbat Shoftim.
AKA Shabbat Day.
Shabbat. That's going to be the Shabbat of the Nashim. Next week's portion is Devarim. After Devarim is what? Wa'ed Kanan? After Wa'ed Kanan is what? Ekwev? After Ekwev is, what's after Ekwev? I don't remember. But 5 weeks from now, Shabbat Shoftim, put that on your calendars. It's going to be very special.
Shabbat Day.
And our sister Rivka is going to be headlining.
I'm saving my voice for that day.
She's saving her voice for that day, but she's going to come up and read the 79th Psalm for us. She's going to read the 121st. And then we'll get somebody else to read the 124th and 148th Psalm.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Listen.
Unbelievable.
I wish y'all could see what's going on right now, but it's a beautiful day.
Oh, goodness.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Torah Yah for our lives for us being here
Torah
today.
Yah.
Thank you for everything. Psalm 79. O Yah, the heathen are coming to thine inheritance. They have defiled thy holy temple. They have made Jerusalem into heaps.
They have given the dead bodies of thy servants to be food unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy holy ones unto the beasts of the earth.
They have shed their blood like water round about Jerusalem with none to bury them.
We are become a taunt to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us.
How long, O Yah, wilt thou be angry forever? How long will thy jealousy burn like fire?
Pour out thy wrath upon the nations that know thee not, and upon the kingdoms that call not upon thy name.
For they have devoured Yaakov and laid waste his habitation.
Remember not against us the iniquities of our forefathers. Let thy compassion speedily come to meet us, for we are brought very low.
Help us, O Yah, our salvation, for the sake of the glory of thy name, and deliver us and forgive our sins, for thy name's sake.
Wherefore should the nations say, where is their God? Let the avengers of thy servants' blood that is shed be made known among the nations in our sight.
Let the groaning of thy prisoner come before thee, according to the greatness of thy power. Set free those that are appointed to death.
And render unto our neighbors sevenfold into their bosom their reproach wherewith they have reproached thee, O Yah.
So we that are thy people and the flock of thy pasture will give thee thanks forever. We will tell of thy praise to all generations. Hallelujah. 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 Psalm 121. I will lift up my eyes into the mountains, from whence shall my help come.
My help cometh from Jehovah, who made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Yisrael doeth neither slumber nor sleep.
Jehovah is thy keeper, Jehovah is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night.
Jehovah shall keep thee from all evil, he shall keep thy soul.
Jehovah shall bar thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forever.
Hallelujah. I just want to thank God for me, for my family, my father, my mother, my siblings, my husband, for all of my family. For everyone here also. Hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
So like that. It's a good thing to give thanks.
Yes, sir.
You have to say Torah Yah for everything that you have.
That's right.
Because the Most High God will take it right from you. So next we have our sister Shakaria is going to come up and read the 124th song. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Giving all thanks to God, our forefathers, God, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
If it had not been Jehovah who was for us, let Israel now say.
If it had not been Jehovah who was for us, when men rose up against us,
Then they had swallowed us up alive when the wrath was kindled against us.
then the waters have overwhelmed us, the streams have gone over our souls.
Then the proud waters has gone over our souls.
Blessed be Jehovah who has not given us a prey to their teeth.
Our soul is escaped as a bird out the snare of the fowler. The snare is broken and we are escaped.
Our help is in the name of Jehovah, who made heaven and earth.
Just giving all praise again to the Creator for our lives, the lives of all that are here, and everyone that I love and care for daily. So they got 4 things and everything. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, the Most High God, for our sister Shakaria, our sister Rivqua. I pray that the Most High God would continue to be with them and bless them in all their endeavors, because they're definitely a part of what we're doing here. And we need each other to keep this ball rolling. So next, I'm going to ask Sister Naya by Yisrael to come up and read the resounding 148th Psalm. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
First and foremost, giving all thanks and praises to the Most High God. Thank you for my life. Thank you for everyone here today. 148. Praise ye Jehovah from the heavens. Praise ye him in the heights.
Praise him, all his angels. Praise him, all his hosts.
Praise ye him, sun and moon. Praise him, all ye stars of light.
Praise him, ye heavens of heavens, and ye waters that are above the heavens.
Let them praise the name of
Hallelujah.
For he commanded and they were created.
He hath also established them forever and ever. He has made a decree which shall not be transgressed.
Praise Jehovah from the earth, ye sea monsters and all these.
Fire and hail, storm and vapor, stormy wind fulfilling his words.
Mountains and all hills, fruitful trees and all cedars.
Beasts and all cattle, creeping things and winged fowl.
Kings of the earth and all peoples, princes and all judges of the earth.
Both young and maidens, old men and children.
Let them praise his name.
Hallelujah.
For his name alone is exalted. His glory is above the earth and heaven.
And he hath lifted up a home for his people, a praise for all his holy ones, even for the children of Yisrael, a people near unto him. Hallelujah.
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 Again, just thanking the Most High for my life. The Most High has been really good to me, and I can't thank him enough for the things that I have and the things I don't have, because certain things we don't have is actually a blessing. I just want to, say that just continue to be strong, and some certain things in life may get hard, and boy do I know it, but you gotta stay strong and stay on the right path and just stay true to the Most High and believe in him. And it might be cliche, but believe in the Most High, because that's what we have. Nothing or no one can give you the things that the Most High is giving you. And just remember that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Listen,
Hallelujah. Moving right along. Before we call up our teacher of the afternoon, I'm going to ask you all to sing with me a quick song. Now this song calls Israel to Stand. This song was a favorite of one of our elders who passed away, and today is her birthday. This is the mother of Kohen Mikael. We call her name is Ima Miriam. And this was her favorite song. She loved this song. Here are we, Lord, because of thy goodness. For our souls we commit to thy hands. Help us, please, for thou promise our fathers. Thou would once walk, cause Israel to stand. Thou would help us to stand in thy glorious name. Thou would help us to stand and erase all our shame. Send thy mercy and light throughout all the land by the power of thy promise, Yah, cause Israel to stand. We have thought that our God had forgotten as we pray enemy's land. But he sent forth the angel of courage. So he gave us the Spirit to stand. Thou would help us to stand in thy glorious name. Thou would help us to stand and erase all our shame. Send thy mercy and light throughout all the land by the power of thy promise, cause Israel to stand. Thou would help us to stand in thy glorious name. Thou would help us to stand and erase all our shame. Send thy mercy and light throughout all the land by the power of thy promise, Yah, cause Israel to stand. Hallelujah. I bring before you the teacher of the afternoon, the Samal, Zaccar, BINAH, Yisrael, Baruch haba.
Amen. Amen.
Please give him your undivided attention. As we travel through time,
First and foremost, I just want to offer all honest praises, respect, acknowledgement, thanks to the great King of the universe, the God of our fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Yitzhak, and the God of Yaakov. Thank him for all things and everything. I read you the tongue of our forefathers. Shabbat Shalom Nicole.
Shabbat Shalom, Zaccar.
Please be seated. Thank you, the Most High God, for life, strength, food, clothing, and shelter. Thank you, the Most High God, for my life, for the lives of my family. I was told to say the lives specifically of my daughter, Teese. She got mad at me. She said, you don't have, why you on quiet? So I want to make sure I get that taken care of. Thanking the Most High God for all of your lives. How's everybody feeling?
Told Mayo.
All right, we're going to try that again. Listen, OJ about to be free. How's everybody feeling? That's what I'm talking about. Nowhere else in the world you get 9 years for robbery. I mean 33 years for robbery. And the person with the gun get 23 months.
Exactly.
Where they do that at?
Nowhere. He had a debt to pay to society.
But you know, it's a funny thing, and the reason I want to kind of just mention that, because talk about that for a minute, is because I like to take the opportunity, because I think that we as a people, you know, and even though OJ is who he is, you know, I know he's not black or white, he OJ. You know, but I think we as a people, to be the informed people of God, I think we need to kind of understand and be able to look at certain situations and act and understand exactly where we are. I think that that's important. You know, they the four-person probation panel said that they got all types of letters why he shouldn't be released. They were talking about, well, because of the murders and all those different things, but he wasn't convicted of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, whether you feel he did it or you feel that the Jews didn't do it, he wasn't convicted of that.
That's right.
And if y'all want us to accept certain cases that went down, like Zimmerman and Tamir Rice case and Michael Brown case, and all y'all want us to accept all of those different cases because this country says that you were convicted or released by a jury of your peers. You want us to accept all that, then y'all just need to accept this one case.
That's right.
It's only one. We only got like ones and two.
Yeah.
We got OJ and we got MJ.
That's it.
Michael Jackson. That was it.
Yeah.
Last week.
So we're gonna continue in this first book of Samuel. Oh, but the point that I wanted to make to that is that like everybody is upset. But you know, it just kind of shows that the other part about it is, you know, if he did do it, which I'm not saying he did it. Some people feel like he did it. They, listen, for the people who feel like he did it, listen. Whatever. But listen, y'all realize she wasn't squeaky clean, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Y'all do realize that. Y'all realize if she was in our country, that would have happened a long time ago.
Exactly.
She was in his house
Yeah.
that he bought with some next guy.
Yeah.
I ain't see her dodging no offensive tackles, scoring no touchdowns. It was his house. She wasn't with him on the football field. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So we need to take everything. We need to understand exactly where we at. So we're gonna get into this portion. Let me go 11, 12, 13. So we're going to start in 1 Samuel chapter 11. And just to kind of bring us up to speed to where we are, Chief Benjamin did an excellent job last week where they came and they anointed Saul, where he anointed Saul as king, because the people asked for a king because they were they wanted to be like everybody else. So we're gonna start in this portion whenever you're ready, bro.
We're in the book of 1 Samuel, the 11th chapter, starting at verse 1. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Then Nachash the Ammonite came up and encamped against Yabesh Gilead.
Right. So now, what you gotta, just so we all understand what's happening here, and the portion is gonna go into it because it's gonna go through a couple of different scenarios. But what happened is, Israel, because we didn't drive everybody out and we left a certain people around us, these people became a thorn in our sides. So what happened is, Israel, we had Philistines on the one side of Israel fighting against us. We had the Ammonites on the other side. The Ammonites were right outside of the tribe of Gad on the Israel side of the Jordan, not on the side with Manasseh, Gad, and Reuben. They were on this side, and Ammon was right there, and this city of Yabesh Gilead that they're talking about is right there in Manasseh, right next to the Ammonites. So now you got Nachash the Ammonite came up and encamped against Yabesh Gilead. Come on.
And all the men of Yabesh said unto Nachash, make a covenant with us, and we will serve us.
Man. See, that's how you know when you don't really have that fear of God in you and that confidence in God, because they wasn't right. What they did was Nakash came up against them, and the first thing that all he did was surrounded. Not all he did. I mean, that was a pretty bold move. Surrounded the city, and the first thing they said was, "Listen, just make a covenant with us, and we'll serve you. No, let's fight. Let's do this. Just make a covenant with us. We'll serve you. We don't want no problems. Come on."
And Nakash the Ammonite said unto them, on this condition will I make it with you.
This is if you agree to this. If you agree to this stipulation, then I'll make a covenant with you and I'll leave you alone. Let's hear the terms and conditions.
That all your right eyes be put out, and I will lay it for a reproach upon all Israel. And the elders of Yabez said unto him, give us 7 days, respite that we may send messengers unto all the borders of Israel, and then, if there be none to deliver us, we will come out to thee.
Okay, wait, hold on. I got to read that again.
Yeah,
Because I don't know if you read the right portion. So they said, on this condition, we'll let you. On this condition, we'll let you serve us. If we get to poke your right eye out and pull them out and send them to all Israel, so all the rest of Israel would be afraid of the Ammonites.
That's it.
And the response that they gave was, give us a few days to think about it. Give us a few days to think about it. And if ain't nobody else here to help us, then we gonna come out and let you pluck out our eyes.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of Mother Teresa.
Let me think about you plucking out my right eye, and the right eye of my Isha, and the right eye of my son, and the right eye of my daughter, and just sending them around to all Israel. So 7 days.
What are you thinking about?
What's there to think about? I thought it was just me. Like, what is there to think about?
Thank you.
I mean, at a certain point, when things, I mean, at a certain point, you know you just got to fight, right?
Yeah.
At a certain point, you just need to whatever odds you feel are against you, at a certain point, you need to just be like, yeah, nah. Nah. I'd much rather you kill me than pluck my right eye out and I'm walking around like this, talk about serving somebody. Can't even read like this. You see that? Like, yo. No. See, here you go. Talk about I see what you saying. Come on. So they said, we look, if we gonna think about it, and if we can't find nobody else to deliver us, then we gonna come back and we gonna let y'all do it.
What?
Come on.
Then came the messengers to Gibeat Shaul and spoke these words in the ears of the people. And all the people lifted up their voice and wept. And behold, Shaul came following the oxen out of the field. And Shaul said, what aileth the people that they weep?
Right, so hold on. So now, you gotta kind of understand what's happening here. Shaul was just made king.
Yes.
So, he not living in no palace or nothing like that. That didn't happen yet.
No.
They didn't set up a government or a kingdom government yet. So even though he's king, he's still coming in with the herds. He's still doing what he do. It's not like he just became king and just became rich like that.
Yeah.
And work like that. Like, I remember the story about Mary J. Blige, where Mary J. Blige was like, yeah, I was listening to my first hit single on the radio, and I was still living in the projects. Money just don't come like that. I don't know if y'all know Dana Dane. He used to, that's the Brook Fort Greene. That's the projects where we was from. Dana Dane had the Tramp video. He had the Tramp video in the, on MTV, on Video Music Box. I was trying to remember what it was. On Video Music Box. No, he had Push It. He was on with Push It, with Salt and Pepper. He was still living in 1D. Still living in 1D downstairs. Yeah, Push It was that long. You old, son. But he was still living downstairs. So money don't come just like that. So Shaul is coming in. He's still keeping the herd. He the king. He's still keeping the herd. So now what they did was, they was like, listen, let's just go to the king. We heard about how King, Saul saved him before. Let's just go to the king and let's get some help from the king. So what the people did was they came and they started to speak in Gibeah, where Shaul was from, and started to tell the people, and they wept. Why? Because what would happen is, if the Ammonites came and took over Yabesh Gilead, they wasn't going to just stop there. They were just going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. So it wasn't just a Yabesh Gilead problem, it was an Israelite problem. Because they was just going to keep coming. So they came down to the king, and this is the king's response. Come on.
And they told him the words of the men of Yabesh, and the Spirit of God came mightily upon Saul. And when he heard those words, and his anger was kindled greatly.
Because you gotta hear. Oh man, I get two. This not for him, right? These both for me? I got it. This for him? Damn. Oh, thank you. Whew. Thank you. I feel like a king. I got a drum roll when I came up and everything. See, y'all made me lose my place. What we got?
And Saul, when he heard those words, his anger was kindled greatly.
Right, because just like how we heard the words and we was like, put the right eye out. No, we ain't doing that. He heard it and he felt for his people. So now his anger is kindled greatly, and the Spirit of the Most High God came upon him. Come on.
And he took a yoke of oxen and cut them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the borders of Yisrael by the hand of messengers, saying, whosoever cometh not forth after Shaul and after Shemuel, so shall it be done unto his oxen. And the dread of Jehovah fell on all the people, and they came out as one man.
Right. So what Shaul did was he took a yoke of oxen and he started cutting it up, and he sent one piece to all of the tribes of Israel. And he told all of the tribes, listen, if y'all don't come out and help us for this fight and for this battle that we about to have, then all y'all oxen gonna be like this. And the people looked at it, and he mustered up the people, and the people are like, yeah, we ready to go. Come on.
And he numbered them in Bizek, and the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000.
330,000 people came out. Like, listen, we with you. Come on.
And he said unto the messengers that came, thus shall ye say unto the men of Yabesh Gilead, tomorrow, by the time the sun is hot, ye shall have deliverance.
Listen, the cavalry is on the way. By the time the sun get good and up in the air tomorrow, we gonna be out there and we gonna be here to help. Come on.
And the messengers came and told the men of Yabesh, and they were glad.
Woo! We ain't gotta lose no eyes. Come on.
And the men of Yabesh said, tomorrow we will come out unto you, and ye shall do with us that seemeth good unto you.
Right. Come on.
And it was so. On the morrow that Shaul put the people in 3 companies. And they came into the midst of the camp in the morning watch, and smote the Ammonites until the heat of the day.
Right. So what happened is, so now the Ammonites wasn't expecting, because remember, they was expecting a response within 7 days. So the Ammonites was just kind of sitting around, and they kind of waiting for a response. And meanwhile, they mustered up 330,000 people. Shaul set them in 3 companies. So now, and before the morning watch, which is the morning watch is when you have the person obviously watching for the morning. Before the morning watch came, they went and they struck the camp of the Ammonites. So they wasn't expecting it. They was expecting them to come back in 7 days and give a response to whether or not they was going to let them poke their eyes out. So they came, smote the camp, wiped them out. I mean, they chased them until the sun got good enough in the air and got hot. Jabesh Gilead, they happy. Israel coming together. We doing real good right now. Come on.
And it came to pass that they that remained was scattered, so that 2 of them were not left together. And the people said unto Shemuel,
chased them. Come on.
who is he that said, shall Shaul reign over us? Bring the men that we may put them to death.
Right. So now, like we usually do, Israel get tough. And what they talking about, if you just jump back to verse chapter 10, when what Chief Benjamin read last week, where it says, verse 26, and it says,
And Shaul also went to his house to Gibeah, and there went with him the men of valor whose hearts God had touched.
Right,
but
because it was because it was happy. It was a lot of people was happy that we now had a king.
That's right.
But of course, Israel, we got some haters. Go ahead.
But certain base fellows said, how shall this man save us?
Right.
And they despised him and brought him no present.
Right.
For he was one as one that held his peace.
Right. So now you had some people back in last week's portion that everybody was happy. We got a king. We got what we asked for. But now you got king. King of what? That monkey gonna say? Please. know what I'm saying? And they ain't bring no gifts. They ain't show no respect to the king. And they just went about their business. So now that the king saved them, now they're asking, who those people that was hating on Shaul now?
Yeah.
Where they at? We gonna kill them. We gonna kill them. Because we always get tough with Israel. Not with everybody else. But then what's Saul's response?
And Shaul said, there shall not a man be put to death this day,
Listen.
but today Jehovah hath brought deliverance in Yisrael.
It's not time for that. Those people who was hating, let them hate, because we always gonna have that. It's not a time for that. God brought deliverance for Israel. We gonna worship God, celebrate the things that God gave us, and that's what we are. Come on.
Then said Shemuel to the people, come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Shaul king before Jehovah in Gilgal.
So now they have more of a consensus. You have more people that are happy. You have more people that are accepting of the kingdom, because as you know, what happens with Israel is we don't all come around at once. So a lot of people was happy. Some people felt like maybe the king should have came out from somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, king should have came from another tribe.
Yeah.
They was the smallest. Come on, man, I can't even get through my lesson in peace without people shouting out other tribes. Maybe the king should have came from Gad. Yeah, I don't really believe that either, but what I'm saying is you always have, the point of it is you're never gonna please everybody.
No.
And the decisions that are made are not always gonna please everybody.
There you go.
The only thing that you could do is make the best decision that you feel is right for the consensus of the people, and then you move forward. Come on.
And there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offerings before Jehovah. And there Shaul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly.
So they had a party. They sacrificed. Everybody was happy. Come on.
Chapter 12. And Shemuel said unto all Israel, behold, I have hearkened unto your voice and all that ye said unto me, and have made a king over you. And now, behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray-headed. And behold, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my youth unto this day.
You know, the reason that this portion was necessary is because even though God gave Israel what they wanted, and what they cried about, and what they complained about, that's not what God wanted for Israel. And far be it from God or from the prophet, or for him to allow the prophet to just act like there wasn't something wrong with what happened. And as Shemuel's going to go through it, we'll see what the issue was, but they was never intended for there to be a king over Israel. Not in this manner. The reason that they wanted a king was because they wanted to be like everybody else. And one of the things that you'll notice all of the time, I mean, we talk king, 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 king. When God references the king,
That's right.
and when David referenced himself as king,
Yeah.
they don't use the word Melech. They use the word prince.
Yeah.
Prince over the people, because God is always the king.
That's right.
God is always the king. And that was one of the reasons that God loved David so much, because David recognized that. Judah. Can I get a shout out to Judah? Just so I can finish my lesson. Come on.
Yeah, the prince of my people.
Verse 3. Here I am witness against me before Jehovah, and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken, or whose ass have I taken?
Right, and the reason that he went through this was because obviously you had some people, because we just went through a couple of weeks ago the portion where Eli and Hophni and Pinchas, and like Chief Meku talked about this morning, they didn't say Hophni and Pinchas, they said Eli's sons.
Yeah.
The sons of Eli did this. So you know it was some people, as loved as Samuel was, you know it was some people who talked about Samuel too. So in Samuel making his dissertation, he just want to clear everything up. You got something to say it now. Whose ass have I taken? Or who have I defrauded? Yeah. Somebody have something to say, bring it up now. Let's talk about it. Come on.
Or whom have I oppressed? Or of whose hand have I taken a ransom to blind my eyes therewith? And I will restore it to you. Yeah. And they said, thou hast not defrauded us. nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught of any man's hands. And he said unto them, Jehovah is witness against you, and his anointed is witness this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. They said, he is witness.
Right, because sometimes when you go up to speak before Israel, sometimes you just got to kind of clear yourself and have everybody acknowledge that you're clear. So that's what Shemuel is doing, because now he's about to go in on the request that they asked for. Come on.
And Shemuel said unto the people, it is Jehovah that made Moshe and Aharon, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt. Now therefore stand still, that I may plead with you before Jehovah concerning all the righteous acts of Jehovah, which he did to you and to your fathers.
You know, I want to take a minute. You know, one of these things about Shemuel that you got to, not only just Shemuel, but just God's people in general, the people who God put up, the people that God promote, again, because Chief Meku talked about it this morning, and I think what I'm hoping doesn't happen is because he did it, and I know he was going through it a lot because it was the Mafteas portion and it was quick, and some of it might have kind of gone over, and I just want to kind of slow it down for a minute. Shemuel, as the leader of the people, had to show a certain persona.
Right.
Shemuel had to show a certain type of character.
Yes, sir.
He had to show that. Why did he have to show that? Because he was representing God.
Right.
And whenever you representing God, you always have to show a certain type of character so that people cannot just cast stones on the character, thereby depreciating the value of God. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a whole lot.
So now, what the brother was saying this morning is he was talking about all of these titles. The chiefs and the princes and the priests and the teachers and all of these different things. But you know what happens is, you know, I think that social media and 2017, I think that causes us to look at Israel and the standards of Israel differently. You can't be some big time great title and you on social media talking nonsense and folly. You can't do that.
Teach us.
You can't do that. You can't be some big time great awesome leader and you boxing your wife down like this is Ali Frazier 3. You can't do that. Because that don't go together.
Teach us.
You know, at a certain point, we need to understand, you know, I think unfortunately for a lot of us, is this captivity did a doozy on us, you know? It did a doozy. Because we've been oppressed so long and so hard and by such a vicious cycle of people that, you know, right now, when we get a little bit of shine, our ego just go, way to 10. That's not us. Brothers and sisters, please listen to me. That's not us. Listen, people are going to recognize you for what you do, not for what you decide to call yourself. And that what you do is going to be what you do good or what you do bad.
That's right.
That's what people are going to recognize you for. Because I could come up here and I could talk all this good stuff. And then Monday be on Facebook talking about whatever, and then y'all gonna look at me like, is what I say really effective if y'all don't look at me as a person that is serious about what I do? You look at me like, you know, look at me like I'm a fool. And I think that that's something that we really need to consider. I understand we've been called niggas. We've been called coons. We've been called monkeys. We've been called all of those different things for so long. So now we want to take on things that people will look at us and marvel at us. I understand that.
Right.
I understand that. But if your behavior don't go with that, or if your behavior don't support that, you think people all of a sudden became stupid? That they don't understand what they see?
That's right.
You don't think, look, we the smartest, most judgmental people in the world. You don't think we can recognize a fraud when we see it?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it.
You don't think we could recognize that? You know what's happening right now with Donald Trump and all of these different things with Donald Trump and the not releasing of the taxes, the income taxes, and now is more evidence coming about Russia and all of these different things. And you have Europeans and Caucasians and they're marveling like, I can't believe this. You know, how did we elect this person? Meanwhile, us in the black community, we saw this all along. Because that's what we do. That's what we recognize. We recognize this. That's what we do. Listen, the best, look, that's, if there's one thing we could do, we can recognize a fraud. Just that quick. And so, listen, all of our business don't need to be out on social media. You know, social media is not our friend. You know what they do? The sister sends me, she sends me the proverb of the day. Every day I get a proverb from her in the morning, and it's something that I look at and make me think about God. Why we can't do stuff like that with social media? Why we got to be on social media talking about who we might be about to marry next or who we about to apologize? What's all that for? Come on, man. We better than that. We bigger than that. So, you know, that's why Shemuel, before he went in to go into this portion about the Most High God, that's why he had to do what he did to talk about his character and to clear his character so that you don't leave no room for somebody to say, come on, Shemuel don't know what he's talking about. That dude is evil, man. So how you going to tell me about God and that? Because that's what we do. Come on.
Verse 8. When Jacob was coming to Egypt, then your fathers cried unto Yahweh. And Yahweh sent Moshe and Aaron, who brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, and they were made to dwell in this place. But they forgot Yahweh their God, and he gave them over into the hand of Sisera, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the king of Moab, and they fought against them.
Because what happened is God gave us everything. And as soon as he gave us everything, he set us up in place, but our problem is we have everything that we need as a people. And we always looking out for somebody, looking out there for something that God already gave us. Listen, trust me, I seen it. I mean, I seen it when I was up here, but now that I went to the Dominican, I seen it all. We have the most beautiful women in the world.
That's a fact.
We have the most beautiful women in the world. Why are we marrying Europeans? Listen, I'm saying this, and I'm going to preface this by saying, no homo. We have the most handsome men in the world, I guess. No, I'm saying, I guess. Y'all could just co-sign that, though. Say, help me out, help me out, help me out. And I'm not going to elaborate on that. I'm going to just leave it right there. Just leave it right there. How we marrying European men? They didn't want to, we was talking about Serena early. They didn't want to give Serena a pass. So I guess I got to roll with my people and not give her a pass. But, you know, like, one thing about me, and I think I've always been like this, I just don't understand that if anybody has ever read a book or seen a picture from slavery, I don't understand how you could look at an image or a picture that you see from slavery and then decide to go and marry or lay down with or kiss or hug or whatever. Some
Say it.
Ha! That's it? I ain't gonna say it. But like, yo, these are the people that hung us and raped us, burnt us. How you as a man or a woman find love in that?
Thank you.
How you do that?
Talk about it.
Where they do that at?
Yeah.
Listen, you know, sometimes I've been known, I like movies. And one of the biggest things about me is like, if I start watching a movie, even if the movie is bad, I'm just gonna see it through, just because I want to know what happened. I'm one of those people that if a movie is on, and it looks like a fine black sister or a not so fine black sister is about to go do some whatever, I will stop the movie right there. I will stop the show right there because I can't look at that. Because I don't understand how, again, we have the most beautiful women in the world. I'm not going to keep going on, man, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Why we need to go outside of, look, we got light-skinned ones.
Yeah.
If you like light-skinned, if you just get somebody real light.
Yeah, we got everything. We got everything.
Get somebody real light.
We got everything enough.
Know what I'm saying? Or just get somebody real dark.
Yeah, we got all that.
Somewhere we got all that.
We got all that and more.
But don't go over there, man.
No, no.
I mean, those people, because what's going to happen, you know what's going to happen? I don't think they realize what's going to happen until it actually happened. Because they're going to get mad. Y'all going to be in the middle of something, and they're going to get mad, and they're going to, nigga.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're going to say.
Yeah,
and then how you going to feel when you 2 or 3 kids in?
Yeah.
Because that's when you going to find, I'm just saying. But that's how you going to feel when you 2 or 3 kids in, and you finally realize that that's really what they think about you.
Thank you.
Here's what they think about.
Thank you.
Here's what they think about.
Lest we forget.
Thank
Listen. Come on.
you. Keep that. Put it down.
Verse 10. And they cried unto Yahweh and said, We have sinned because we have forsaken Yahweh, and have served the Baalim and the Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee. And Yahweh sent Jerubbaal and Bedan and Yiftach and Shumuel, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies on every side, and ye dwelt in safety. And when you saw that Nachash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, ye said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us, when Yahweh your God was your king.
The whole time. And that was the thing. That's the funny thing about Israel. You know, I'm real big on the behavioral sciences and trying to understand why people do or don't do certain things. Listen, what the Most High God is saying is, He said, from the time that you cried in Egypt, I sent Moses and Aaron. When you cried in the book of Judges, I sent you Yiftach and Shemuel and Bedan and all of these different people.
Yeah.
If you were concerned about Nachash, why instead of asking for some man to save you, why didn't you go to the one who's been saving you all along?
That's right.
Who was the Most High God? That's always us. Like, the lesson is right there, and we just, for some reason, we always miss it. Just like in the wilderness, we fought and yelled and screamed and all of those different things, whereas I never understood why, when we was just thirsty in the wilderness, we just asked for some, Moses, can we get some water? Can you do that rock thing like you did a couple of weeks ago? Please? I mean, it's a little stuffy out here, you know, I'm just saying. And just ask. But that's not us. For some reason, we just always got to learn the hard way. I gotta let it go because Shaul gonna keep going.
Now therefore, behold the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have asked for, and behold, Yahweh hath set a king over you. If you fear the Yahweh and serve him, and hearken unto his voice, and not rebel against the commandment of Yahweh, and both ye and also the king that reigneth over you be followers of Yahweh your God. But if you will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh, but rebel against the commandment of Yahweh, then shall the hand of Yahweh be against you and against your fathers.
Because that's the thing about God. God don't change.
No, you don't.
God, the law is applicable to us whether we have a king or not.
Exactly.
The law is applicable to us whether we have a wife or a husband or not.
Right.
Whatever there is the law is applicable whether or not we have a job or not.
That's right.
God don't change. God don't change. Come on.
Now therefore, stand still and see this great thing which Yahweh will do before your eyes. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto Yahweh, that he may send thunder and rain, and ye shall know and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of Yahweh, in asking you a king.
And you know that it was some people out there that was just like, but all we did was ask for a king. I don't know.
Yep.
Because we just act sometimes we just asked for a king. I understand what the big deal is. And God is like telling you how great the wickedness is, and we just like, but all we did was just ask for a king. Come on.
So Shemuel called unto Yahweh, and Yahweh sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared Yahweh and Shemuel. And all the people said unto Shemuel, pray for thy servants unto Yahweh thy God, that we die not, for we have added unto all of our sins this evil to ask us a king. And Shemuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have indeed done all this evil. Yet turn not aside from following Yahweh, but serve Yahweh with all your heart.
Right. Lord, go ahead.
And turn ye not aside, for then should ye go after vain things which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain.
That's why it boggles my mind. I mean, whether you talk about Christians or Christianity,
right,
or night and day, or we don't have to do holy days no more, or whatever it is that you're talking about, God always talks about law, law, law. So how we think that we're going to start detracting from law and find favor with God? When the only thing God talk about is law, law, law. We ask for a king. Here go your king, law, law, law. Come on.
For Yahweh will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased Yahweh to make you a people unto himself. Moreover, as for me, far be it from me that I should sin against Yahweh and ceasing to pray for you. But I will instruct you in the good and the right way. Only fear Yahweh and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he hath done for you. But if ye shall do wickedly, ye shall be swept away, both ye and your king.
Come on.
Chapter 13. Saul was years old when he began to reign, and 2 years he reigned over Yisrael.
So now Saul he's starting to get into the groove. He's starting to set certain things up, and he's starting to get into the groove. Come on.
And Saul chose him 3,000 men of Yisrael, whereof 2,000 were with Saul in Michmas and the mount of Baal, and 1,000 were with Jehonatan and Gibeah Benjamin. And the rest of the people he sent every man to his tent.
Right. So now there was relative peace. I mean, the Philistines, they still had issue with the Philistines, but for the most part it was relative peace. And so what Shaul did was the 3,000 men that he chose, that was like his personal army that was going to be just around him. Like those was his boys. So he had 2,000 for himself, and he had 1,000 around Jehonatan, his son. Come on.
And Jehonatan smote the garrison of the Philistines that was in Geba, and the Philistines heard of it.
So now, what was happening was the Philistines had posts in Israel just basically to keep Israel in place. It wasn't a full-out raid, but the Philistines basically was in control of the borders in the land of Israel. So what they would do is they would kind of like hit a Philistine garrison here or hit a Philistine garrison there. And what the garrisons were, it was like it was just like basically a watch post that the Philistines had set up in the land, and they had the watch post had supplies and all of that stuff in the watch post, and it had people on top of the tower basically keeping up high, keeping watch on what was going on in the land. So what would happen is, so they came and they took like about 1,000 people. They came, they ran up on the watch post, they took the supplies, they took and they killed the Philistines. And so now this was happening too often, and now the Philistines heard of it, and so now the Philistines is like, all right, this got to stop. Come on.
And Shaul blew the horn throughout all the land, saying, let the Hebrews hear. And all Israel heard say that Shaul had smitten the garrison of the Philistines.
Right.
And that Israel also had made himself odious with the Philistines.
So
and
now
the people were gathered together after Shaul to Gilgal.
So now he's letting them know these are the different steps that I'm taking in order to try to get the Philistines out the land.
Right.
We did this, and this is also to muster up the people. Come on.
And the Philistines assembled themselves together to fight with Israel. 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and people as the sand which is on the seashore in multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmas eastward of Beit Aven.
So now, you talking about 30,000 chariots. And then another 6,000 people on horse. So now that don't even count the foot soldiers.
Right.
Because they said the foot soldiers was as the sand of the seashore. So if you go and you look, like if you go to Coney Island Beach and you look both ways to Brighton Beach and whatever the other beach is over there, it was just all soldiers. Because the Philistines is like, yeah, we had enough. So now, what the chariots would do is first they would go through with the chariots, and the chariots will run through. The chariots had spikes on the wheels that would cut people down at the legs. The horsemen would come, and the horses would run through, and they had swords, and they would just chop and kill and all those. So now, there's a lot of people. This is a big army because the Philistines, they like, all right, we had enough. Come on.
When the men of Israel saw that they were in the strait, for the people were distressed, then the people did hide themselves in caves, and in thickets, and in rocks, and in holes, and in pits.
Listen, go ahead.
Now some of the Hebrews had gone over the Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. But as for Shaul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling.
So now, the first question that I have is, what happened to the 330,000 people that came out to fight against Nachash?
Right.
What happened to them?
Right. They ran.
Like for real. So now, it said that the people ran, and the people were stressed. They hid in thickets, and they in rocks, and in caves, and they living in pits, and all of those different things. And Samuel just said,
Yes.
it pleased God to make you his people. But you know what that show? And Shaul is going to show it later. When you don't have the heart for God, it's hard for you to take him at his word. Because you don't have the heart for it, because you know you. And you know you ain't right, so you don't feel like God will save you because you ain't right.
That's right.
That's what it is. I know. I remember. I've been through it. I remember, I was Israel, but I was still kind of a little concerned. I thought I was doing okay, but flying certain places, I wanted somebody else to go with me, because I figured maybe God won't bring the plane down if this other Israelite is on the plane too. That's how I felt.
Maybe he has a little bit more rights.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just a little bit more right than me.
There you go.
It was plenty of times that I tried to convince, look, you take Tyre and go on this plane, and I take Teese and go on this plane. Not that I wanted Teese to go down with me, but at least, if this plane go down, at least I still got a boy to kind of carry it on.
Going that way too.
Or just take both of them and I'll go. I could deal with me being gone as long as, it ain't gonna matter anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? But as long as they are right. But listen, they couldn't get it because they heart wasn't for God. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're not right in here, it's hard for you to draw up strength on what God say, because it's not in you.
Teach us.
Listen, it's hard. You can't do it. And if you think this is exactly what happened with Shaul, his heart wasn't in it. That wasn't him. That wasn't him. So now you the king. All these people running, hiding. It said some people even ran across the Jordan and went to stay on the other side of Jordan when they ain't had no problem, just so we ain't have to deal with the Philistines.
Scared, shook.
And it said,
Scared of death.
But Shaul stayed in Gilgal because he ain't had no choice, because he was the king. You know how the captain got to go down with the ship?
Right.
He was the king. He had to stay, and the people who stayed with him, but they was trembling. That's what it say. And all of the people that followed him, that 2,000, they was with him, but they was like,
Trembling.
look, as soon as he turned his back, I'm ghost. That's what it was. Come on.
Verse 8. And he tarried 7 days according to the set time that Shemuel had appointed. But Shemuel came not to Gilgal.
So
and the
now,
people were scattered from him.
Right. So now what was supposed to happen was Shemuel already told him, I'll meet you in Gilgal in 7 days.
7 days, that's it.
He already told him that, right?
Stand fast.
It was clear. All you need to do is hold on, because the thing with Shaul was it's just like, remember with Deborah and, I can't remember this, Barak. Barak is like, if you want me to go, I'll go. But if you don't go with me, Deborah, I ain't going. And so that's how Shaul felt about Shemuel. Shaul was like, listen, I feel much more comfortable if Shemuel is here, because I know God will at least take care of Shemuel. maybe not me. So Shemuel told him, I'll be there in 7 days.
Yeah.
All you got to do is wait.
Hold on. Yeah.
7 days. Come on.
And Shaul said, bring hither to me the burnt offerings and the peace offerings.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Why you bringing burnt offerings and peace offerings?
Let me?
What you about to do? Come on.
And he offered the burnt offering. And
then what happened?
And it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Shemuel came.
I got to tell y'all right now, I wouldn't have never did this before. I feel real comfortable with y'all as a people. I feel like I'm home with y'all. I got on a pair of slippers. I feel real good right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking around like I'm still in DR. You know what I'm saying? I feel like woo, feel good right now. But anyway, what it say about God? He might not come when you want, but he always on time.
In the middle of time.
And the second that he finally Shaul is like, you know what? Let's just sacrifice these burnt offerings. And the second that he finished, here comes Shemuel, right when he said he was going to come.
Yeah, and 7 days.
Come on.
And Shaul went out to meet him, that he might salute him.
Okay.
And Shemuel said, what hast thou done?
So now, he already knew.
Right.
Shemuel already knew. Because, like I said, Israelites could tell fake people. So as soon as he came, soon as Shaul came, Shaul is running like, whoo, I'm glad to see you, because everybody shook.
Yeah.
Everybody shook. And he running, waiting for Shemuel to give him a, how you doing, Ak? And Shemuel is like, yo, what'd you do?
What you did?
What you do? Come on.
And Shaul said, because I saw that the people were scattered from
making
me,
excuses.
and that thou camest not within the days appointed, and that the
blaming everybody.
Philistines assembled themselves together against Michmash. Therefore said I, now will the Philistines come down upon me to Gilgal, and have not entreated the favor of Jehovah. I forced myself therefore, and offered the burnt offering.
Now, you know, one of those proverbs of the day that she sent me was Proverbs 19:3. And Proverbs 19:3 say, a person's own folly leads to their ruin, yet their heart rages against Jehovah.
That's it right there.
His own folly, his own, whatever he had with him, and then now he blaming everybody else. I mean, you see what he said? He's like, listen, you didn't come. Hold on, I just want to find it. The Philistines was, look, bro, the Philistines was there, and they was on our hills, and they came with so many people, and the people were scattered, and the people are starting to get afraid, and you ain't come when you said you was gonna come.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you would have came, then maybe we wouldn't be in this predicament right now.
Yeah.
But you ain't come, and so I just, so I forced myself and offered the burnt offering.
What he said, I forced myself.
This is the problem. All too many times, we as Israelites think that we're going to get salvation by doing something other than what God requires.
Right.
And it never worked. You know, I know a lot of times because we get in certain binds. So because we get in a bind, we like, you know what? I know it say, you're not supposed to work on the Shabbat, but somebody got to pay this bill. And we always do it, no matter how big or how small. You know what? I know I'm not really supposed to do this, and then we make up excuses and we rationalize why we do something that God said is an abomination and that you wicked for doing it. How you justify that?
Teach us.
And that's the same thing here. And that's the only thing that is showing. And because what happens is somehow we feel like if we just do whatever our mind telling us to do to make us feel comfortable, then God is going to accept it because God knows my heart.
Doesn't work like that.
So that's what he did. I mean, if you ask me, this is a valid reason. He was surrounded by Philistines.
Yes.
The people was all upset.
Yes.
Shemuel ain't come when he was supposed to come. And the people needed something, so they needed to offer the burnt offering. And you see what he said? He said, because I felt like I needed to entreat the favor of God.
Yeah.
This is what I felt like I needed to do in order to entreat the favor of God. And what was Shemuel's response?
And Shemuel said to Shaul, Thou hast done foolishly.
Because you can't do something contrary to God and expect God to bless you when you're doing something contrary to what he already told you to do. You can't. No matter what you think, no matter how valid we think the reason might be. You ask me, I mean, actually, it's not a valid reason to me because I'm a little bit tougher than this, but I'm just saying. He said this is what he did that he thought would entreat the favor of God. And the response was, you have done foolishly, because anytime you turn away from God to try to entreat the favor of God, how much sense does that make? Come on.
Thou hast not kept the commandment of Yahweh thy God, which he commanded.
Because commandments are the only thing that matter. Regardless of what our own personal, uncomfortable nature is telling us. Commandments are the only thing that matter. You can't never be right going contrary to God. Come on.
For now would Yahweh have established thy kingdom upon Yisrael forever. But now thy kingdom shall not continue. Yahweh have sought him a man after his own heart.
You've been replaced.
Yahweh have appointed him to be prince over his people.
You've been replaced.
Because thou hast not kept that which Yahweh commanded thee.
Regardless of what you thought you did that was going to entreat the favor of God. Come on, we stopping at 13.
And Shemuel arose and got him up from Gilgal unto Gibeah Benjamin. And Shaul numbered the people that were present with him, about 600 men.
That's how many, think about it. All around, they started with 330,000 people. And after the Philistines came with this big army, he had 3,000 people around him.
Yes.
The 330,000 left.
Yeah.
The 3,000 that he had left.
Yeah.
And the only people that stayed was 600 people.
Done.
Probably Benjamin. That's it. His own people.
You know what? I mean, wait. Yo, if 324,000 people left, no, that's not right. What's the number? That's right. All right, whatever. If that many people left me, I don't know. I might have offered a damn offering too, because like this is what's left. And at that point, it still wasn't acceptable to God because He was supposed to wait. God wait. God don't change. Come on.
And Shaul and Jehonatan his son and the people that were present with them abode in Gibeah Benjamin, but the Philistines encamped in Michmash. And the spoilers came out of the camp of the Philistines in 3 companies. One company turned unto the way that leadeth to Ophrah, unto the land of Shual, and another company turned to the way to Beit Horon, and another company turned the way of the border that looked down upon the valley of Zeboim toward the wilderness. Now there was no smith found throughout all the land of Israel, for the Philistines said, lest the Hebrews make them swords or spears. But all the Israelites went down to the Philistines to sharpen every man his plowshare, and his culture, and his axe, and his mattock. And the price of the filing was a pim for the mattocks, and for the cultures, and for the forks with 3 teeth, and for the axes, and to the set the goals.
So funny thing is, that's exactly what we do now. We go to the enemy for everything that we need. And I ain't gonna go into that because I know time is just about done, but we go to the enemy for everything that we need. So now, what they did was, there was no swords, no spears, nothing to fight with. So they was fighting with pitchforks and axes and all of these different types of farm tools. That's what they was, and then like Chief Ooh said this morning, they had some Philistines that would have sharpened that stuff for you, but if you look at the conversion of it, they charge 3/4 of a shekel. That's a lot of money. 3/4 of a shekel just to sharpen it. And we going to the enemy for everything that we need. And the only people that had a sword and a spear was Shaul and Jonathan, and that's only because they hit the garrison of the Philistines and took what they had. That's the only reason. Other than that, we had nothing. And we went to the enemy for everything. Just like today. Come on.
So it came to pass in the day of battle that there was neither sword nor spear found in the hand of any of the people that were with Shaul and Yonatan. But with Shaul and with Yehonatan his son was there found. And the garrison of the Philistines went out unto the pass of Michmash. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All honors, praises, respect, acknowledgement, and thanks I offer unto the great King of the universe, to the God of our fathers, to the God of Abraham, the God of Yitzchak, and the God of Yaakov, thanking him for all things and everything. Shabbat Shalom L'Kol.
Torah Yah for the life of Samal, Zaccar, and Don, for that lesson, for bringing forth the understanding. And we thank the Most High God for our history. Although some of it was not that good, but it's our history. And we thank God for it. This time I say the words that the Most High God gave unto Moshe to give unto our Haron and his sons to bless the children of Yisrael, hoping and praying on the conclusion of this day that the Most High God will bless us all. Wadaber Yehovah el Moshe lemor, daber el Haron ve el benah lemor. And Yahweh spoke unto Moshe, saying, speak unto Aharon and unto his son, saying, on this wise he shall bless the children of Yisrael. Ye shall say unto them, Yivareka Yahweh Yishmareka, Ya'ir Yahweh Panauleka Wikuneka, Yisa Yahweh Panauleka Yasem Laka Shalom. May Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. May Yahweh make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. May Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and may he grant thee peace. Hallelujah. At this time, anyone that would like to donate, you can make your donations out to D.C.B. 460 East 54th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. That's where you can send your checks and money orders to. Bait D.C.B. 460 East 54th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. Also, you could donate on our super chat. You could make your donations on our super chat. I would like to thank my our sister and elder, Avad Yisrael online, for keeping everything orderly and for helping me out on the online when I can't see everything out there. And all the other people that come online and support us, we'd like to thank the Most High God for your lives. But we also need your support monetarily because we're really truly trying to get this place and we're trying to get certain things done and accomplished. So also you could donate to our PayPal. On our PayPal, you could go to our website, www.baitdcb.org. www.baitdcb.org. On the home page, on the lower left-hand side, you will see a box that says donation, and you could donate on with Visa, MasterCard, whatever it might be. So that's for everybody online that would like to donate. There's also a way to donate through Facebook Messenger. There's like a $ symbol or other, and you find the $ symbol and you could donate that way also. That way is a little bit more direct. So if you know how to do that, you can also help us out that way. So that's for everybody online that would like to donate. That's the way to donate. So announcements, we still have the when is it, Rebecca, the book bag giveaway?
August 27th.
August 27th. We're looking for everyone to help us out with that, to start buying supplies from now when they are on sale, so that we could give out unto the people in the community. And where's that going to be held at? It's gonna be in Brooklyn somewhere, right?
Yes, on Linden.
On Linden, all right. So when we're gonna get all that by next week, and everything should be okay. I believe Ben Yadad is having on August 12th, they're having an all-women Shabbat. So that's the announcement for everyone out there that might want to go and help out there. Mousy, no one is donating there yet? No, but you got it on the wrong page. You're not going to see it there. You got to go to the other page. That one, right? No, go back to the other page. You wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, but that one is not showing anything. So.
You're dropping off the donation of the cap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the way that that you donate online. The $ at the bottom. And any other announcements? Tomorrow, last week we had a great time at the park for those that came out. So we're gonna be out there every Sunday. I don't know if it's supposed to rain tomorrow. It's supposed to be thunderstorms, so we're not gonna be there tomorrow. Oh, it's supposed to go bowling tomorrow? Bowling? When is it? 1 to 4, where at?
South Ozone Park.
South Ozone Park. That's something that Zadik is throwing, right? It's Zadik. So, bowling time tomorrow. Bring the kids out. And all right. So I guess Chief Habib is ready to shut this down. Who donated there? Who? Oh, House of Law 40. Thank you for your donation. And Chief Habib is ready for y'all to give your donation so he could get out of here. Donations and obligations. See Chief Habib for the nation. Don't forget your commitment. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.